saw the half of it.
Hey y'all, it's You Love Lisa. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I want to just start off by saying thank you to everyone that has subscribed, shared, liked my first vlog. It's really greatly appreciated. This week I'm going to tell you guys my story. I decided to do it in a question and answer form because I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything, and I found some really good questions that can help me get my story out there. So I just went on and just answered those so that I can make sure I don't miss anything. I'm going to start this blog off by giving you guys the definition of success. According to dictionary.com, the definition of success is the favorable or prosperous termination of attempts or endeavors. It's also the accomplishment of one's goal. Now, I want to accomplish my goal, and I feel like if I can get through to just one person by telling my story, I've accomplished that goal and I've succeeded, because that one person will tell another person who will tell another person. And by the time my story is told to a friend, a family member, a coworker, or an associate, then hundreds of people will know my story. And my goal is to get that story out there and to reach as many people as possible, because a lot of people are dealing with anxiety and depression. A lot of people hold it in for many, many years like I did. And I want to just be able to help them get their story out there, to let it out, and to seek help if they feel like they need to seek help. So here's my story. Hope you guys enjoy it. Subscribe. Again, my Instagram and my Snapchat and my Twitter is also You Love Lisa, YOULOVELISSA. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so some of the early indications that I began to have was I began to feel lonely. I was sad. I kind of had mood swings. Like, I would go from happy to angry in a matter of minutes. I thought that my life didn't mean anything. I felt worthless and thought that the world would be a better place without me. So I knew at that point, when I had those constant feelings over and over again, that something was wrong. I didn't know exactly what was wrong, but I knew something was wrong. And as time went by and I started to do my research, I realized that I had depression. I really think it's bipolar depression because of my mood swings, but a doctor, um, I was only diagnosed with depression, but I really think that it's probably bipolar depression because of how my mood swings would be. So when I knew that one minute I could be happy, then another moment I would be angry or I would be crying for no reason, I knew, I was like, I'm really tripping. I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what was wrong. But those were some of the early indications that I knew that something was wrong, and I knew that I needed to seek help as soon as possible. Okay, when I was at my worst, I was angry. I didn't want to be bothered, even by the people that love me the most. I would push people away. I would close myself off. I could be in a room full of people, but I felt so alone. Like, I feel like I was the only person in the room, no matter what was going on. I could be at the club with my friends, and I still felt alone. It could be sunny outside, 100 degrees, but it felt like a dark cloud was over me. So when I was at my worst, I felt like I was at the bottom, and that's when I really felt like I was gonna fall off a cliff. I guess I could say use that, because that's when, like, my suicidal ideations were really, really bad, and I didn't want to be around anyone, even though I should have been around a lot of people, especially at that point in my life. But I didn't want to be around a lot of people. I was just closed off. I didn't want to be around anybody. My suicidal ideations were really, really bad. At one point, I did attempt suicide. Obviously, it did not work. Um, but when I was at my worst, that's what it was. I tried to commit suicide. I had suicidal ideations, and I didn't want to be around people. Um, Even though that was unhealthy for me, in my mind, that's what needed to be done. Okay. I am where I am today because I realized that I have so much to live for. I realized that I am stronger than I believe myself to be. I realized that I have so many people that truly love me, and I cannot let them down. I realized that I had a story to tell and I needed to be heard. I needed it to be heard so that I could save another life. I keep myself busy with things that I love, like dancing, working out, reading, writing. I just try to keep myself busy and focus on all the positive things that I have going on in my life, and just keep reminding myself that I cannot let the devil win this battle. This is a battle that I'm going through, a fight that I'm going through, and I have to keep trusting in God and let the devil know that he's not going to win. He's not going to take over my body like that, my body or my mind, physically or emotionally. He's not, because when you're in that state of mind of depression and anxiety, like it feels like someone else is kind of like taking over your body, because you can't control how you feel. You go from being happy to sad. And so I realized that I had to keep myself busy. I did seek help. I did get on medication, which I'm off of now because I've been doing really, really good. But I just keep myself busy. I have a dance team that keeps me busy by going to competitions and practice. I'm working all the time. I like to read, and now I've started my vlogs because I wanted to get my story out. I was afraid at first, but I overcame that fear. So here I am doing my vlogs now. So just doing things that you love to do and remaining positive is how I got from being in a dark spot to feeling like I'm now in the light and my life is actually worth something. I would have to say that I got where I am today by overcoming my fear of being judged, especially being an African American woman. When you are African American and you say that you have some type of mental disability, it's like a big no for some reason. You always hear, oh, but you have everything in the world. Why do you feel that way? Or just go to church, pray about it. You'll be all right. Give your tithes and offering and you'll be fine. No, that's not how it works. And I find it very disrespectful when people say that. There's millions of people out there, rich, poor, that feel that way, and that only makes the situation worse. There's rich people out there that have depression and that actually have committed suicide because of the way it makes you feel, and you can't control that. For someone to not be understanding and just say, "Oh, go to church and pray about it," like that's not cool. And so that was my fear, because so many people, and even when I finally decided to say something, people were like, "Oh, but you're 27. Well, I'm 28 now, but you were 27. You have your house built. You're in your career. That don't mean nothing. It doesn't. So don't tell me that because I have everything, I should be okay, because that's not the situation." So my fear was being judged, and then not having support as well. Okay, on my road to recovery, I've learned that I'm actually a really strong individual. I learned even when I feel like I'm weak or I'm at my lowest, I actually am very, very strong. I've gotten through a lot as far as trying to get through this depression and anxiety. I've gotten through so much, and I realize I am really, really strong, because I could have gave up a long time ago. Even after my suicidal attempt, I could have tried again. I've had suicidal ideations, but I've never um, fell through again. I've never tried again. So I realized that I'm actually really strong, because I could have easily went back down that path again. But I did seek help, and I found some things that I love that'll keep me busy. So I realized that I'm really, really a strong individual. Some of my strengths that I developed was that I found my voice. I used to let people kind of talk to me anyway, kind of bully me. I've been bullied before, and I've gotten to the point where I now have a voice. I don't allow anyone's opinions to get to me, um, or overcome what I'm feeling. You're going to have your opinion, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, now I'm going to voice mine. And I haven't allowed anyone to run over me, because I used to have the fear of no one liking me. Now it's like we only have one life. I can't keep dwelling on how people feel. So I have a voice now, And it feels really good to actually have a voice and to speak up for myself and not to let anyone run over me. And so now that I've developed that voice, some people can't take that and they feel like, oh, I'm a different person, but it's me finding my voice and not allowing you to continue to disrespect me or bully me or treat me any way that you think you can treat and it'd be okay. Because in the past, I feel like the way people treated me was okay and I allowed them to do it. But now that I have my voice, I don't allow that anymore. So get you a voice. It's okay to have a voice. Don't allow anyone to treat you or make you feel like you're less than because you're not. No one is better than the next person. Okay, some of the things that I do to keep me on the right path is I now I have my YouTube channel, so that's very helpful. I try to spend time with family once a week. So just going and spending time with family, cooking, eating, watching movies. I have a dance team that keeps me busy. I love those kids to death, so that helps me as well. Just seeing how excited they are to be at practice and go to competitions, that keeps me going. Reading, writing, pampering myself like every 2 weeks. I like to get my mani and my pedi. I used to get massages like once a month. I stopped that, but I want to try to start that back up again. My YouTube channel now, I don't know if I said that one already, and cooking. Like, I love to cook, finding recipes and trying them out. That's something that keeps me on the right path because it keeps me thinking about positive things. And I love food and I love to eat. So, hey. So that's just a little bit about my story. I hope I answered all of your questions. I gave you a little bit, not too much, because I don't want to give you too much at once, because then you're not going to want to come back and watch my YouTube channel. So I gave you a little bit, and then, next week I'll give you a little bit more. So each week it'll be something different. I just wanted to tell you guys my story, so to give you a little bit of background information about myself. If you have any questions, you can feel free to leave a comment in the comment box below. Please like, share, subscribe. I promise you each week is going to get better and better. You're not going to want to miss it. Of course, like I said, I don't want to make this all about depression. I do want to add some happy moments in there, but I also want to give you guys tips for those of you that are living with depression or know someone that's living through it and trying to get through it. So this is support to you guys as well, because I still need that support, and I know you guys will need that support. You can also reach me on Instagram, Twitter, and my Snapchat is also YouLoveLisa. I also have an email if you want to email me any questions or you just want to talk. My email is youlovelisa@gmail.com. I want to thank you guys so much for coming and watching once again, and I will see you guys next week. Happy New Year.